What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Fantasy Football Game Show presented by Front Yard Fantasy. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by my co-hosts, John, Luke, and Josh. And Josh, you almost threw me off down there. That was a new move today. I was digging it.
Every time I'm bringing you guys a new move every day. Every day. I mean, this is just
that's what you're here for.
A small part of the experience, the FYF experience, the Josh Dance move.
The Josh Dance moves. Yes. And unfortunately, guys, today our guests had something come up, so they're unable to join. It'll just be us. Definitely no one else coming to play Pole Perception with us today.
Definitely no one else.
Just the two of us playing Pole Perception. Just the two of you guys playing Pole Perception with me as the host. We got Craig in here and said someone scheduled a work meeting during this. Unfortunately, I'll have to watch most of it on replay. So in honor of our friend Swamp, I cry. You spelled it wrong, though, Craig. It's with an I. You got to cry.
That was so perfect. That was so perfect. Craig,
Swamp coming in saying,
amazing.
Respect. And Swamp said, who dat? And NBA said, Pink Floyd equals the FYF experience. Love this stream. We are glad you are here, NBA. Guys, for those of you that are here already, a quick reminder, if you have not done so already, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel at Front Yard Fantasy. It means a ton to us, and it's the best way to make sure you never miss another one of our shows again. Josh, before we get into the game that is obviously just you and JL playing, do you have any news for us?
I absolutely do have some news. There was some good, pretty cool news that broke. I don't have a banner for it, and this isn't really fantasy related, but I'm sure a lot of people heard about it. But Stephon Gilmore, the Patriots traded their previous star cornerback, Stephon Gilmore, to the Panthers for a 6th round pick. There was a lot of news that broke saying he got cut earlier today. That wasn't the case. He was traded. Basically cut, but not fantasy related, but I did want to mention it because it's a little bit surprising, I think, for most people.
I think I saw that it was cut. Where did he get traded to?
Everyone saw that he was cut, but he was traded to the Panthers for a 6th round pick.
Oh,
okay. There was news that broke saying he got cut.
Weird, very weird.
I don't know. I guess they got their wires crossed. Who's that?
The Fish.
I lied. The man Scott Fish is joining us today to play some Pole Perception with us. You guys already know who he is. The Matthew Berry Game Changer Award winner of the year, the FSGA Humanitarian of the year, the Athletic Person of the year, the creator of the Scott Fish Bowl and Fantasy Players.
That is a lot of stuff.
Fish. What's up, my man?
Yes.
That's a lot of stuff. What's going on, guys?
What is up?
I'm in the Pink Floyd division in Scott Fish Bowl, by the way. So,
nice.
You might say, yeah. I'm doing well. I'm 3-1. I have by far the most points scored against me in the league. So I'm happy to be 3-1.
I'm also 3-1.
Got to work on that defense, man.
Scott, when you said that you were like going to go readjust or rearrange, go somewhere else, get set up, I thought you meant your office.
No, I can't.
Come out, you're like in your yard.
I can't. There was an outbreak at my kid's school, so my son is down quarantining in the basement, and we're all staying away from him. Yep.
Damn.
So that's where my office is. So I'm up here. Don't worry, we all tested negative, so we're sitting good. Me, the wife, the baby, etc. So
you just gotta lock the kid in the basement for a couple.
Yeah,
days.
we're just the 8-year-old's got to stay in the basement.
He's got food, he's got water, he'll be fine.
Well, we throw some food down there now and again, and
throw it down the
we
steps.
think he's still alive. We're not sure. We'll find out when the quarantine's done. So it'll be a fun surprise for every. It's like a Schrodinger's cat.
Schrodinger's, if you never go into the basement,
Schrodinger's son.
Schrodinger Fish's son.
Oh, that's awful. Also, J-Wall coming in and saying he did get cut, but until 4 p.m. he could be traded. Weird NFL rule.
Very strange.
I'd never heard of that rule before. Have you, Scott? Like, this is news to me. I don't know.
Also, NBA saying you guys still owe me the URL. I do. I'm so sorry, NBA. Right after the stream, I will post it in the league chat and sleeper so you can check out the other listener league.
Absolutely. And a couple other news things real fast that we can cover. Chris Carson, he didn't practice yesterday due to a neck injury. I don't like hearing neck injury. That's usually kind of a severe problem for a running back, I would say. They're lowering their head, trying to make some extra yards happen. So I'm a little concerned for Chris Carson, especially the way he runs. Yeah. Alex Collins, I think he has to be picked up.
Alex Collins.
God,
who
would have thought we would be talking about Alex Collins as a relevant pickup in 2021?
I mean, Sam Darnold leads the league in rushing. Cordero Patterson is like a top 5 player, and Josh Gordon is back. So like this year, who knows what's going to happen this year?
We all knew Josh Gordon would be back.
We should have expected Alex Collins would make a comeback after all that stuff.
We all thought 2021 would be better.
I will say, Alex Collins, he previously played with the Ravens. He was great with the Ravens. He was their starting running back. And then during one off season, he got arrested, had a bunch of, I think there's weapons in his car as well. If I remember correctly, so we cut him pretty much right away.
Yep.
So, yeah. So that some off the field issues there. He does have a lot of talent though.
He's past that hopefully now to be back in the league. So he should be good. Definitely worth the pickup.
Absolutely. This is just some hype news. McVay wants to get Robert Woods more involved. I mean, I don't know why he hasn't done it so far.
He's the one
it's good. I like a team that wants to get their wide receiver 3 involved. That'd be good.
Is Van Jefferson the wide receiver 2?
It seems like it now, right?
Yeah, I'll disagree.
I'm just kidding.
Guys, Will Fuller, he's going on the IR. Surprise, surprise.
Get your part.
By the way,
bottles.
Pick up Van Jefferson if he's still on your waiver wire.
His schedule right now is he's got a few really nice matchups here.
Yeah, I was rewatching the game from this past weekend, and they were targeting him heavily. At one point, his touchdown pass, Matthew Stafford just like super slyly was like, and then just threaded a needle right to Van Jefferson in the end zone. It was fantastic.
Yeah, definitely willing to pick him up. Not comfortable starting him yet, to be honest with you. But
I started him last week, man. These are good matchups for him.
Go ahead. Yeah. Hey. In deeper leagues, I'm fine doing it. It takes some guts, in my opinion. Still.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm not saying it's wrong. Peyton Barber, he has a mild turf toe injury. I don't think he's going to be very relevant now that Josh Jacobs is back anyway. And Justin Fields, he'll be the starter this week for the Bears.
Woo!
Matt Nagy's giving us a little bit of information. Thanks, Nagy.
Darnell Mooney
stayed home with his dog last night to watch tape. So
there we go.
Look at that. I wonder if him or Laser's going to be calling plays this weekend.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
That's all the news I had for today. Guys.
That's it for news, guys. Today we are playing Pole Perception. Scott is here to take on John, Luke, and Josh in our OG game. Before we get into that, though, we have a couple questions for us. NBA wants to know, Scott, would you start Jamison Crowder or Latavius Murray in flex and PPR?
Probably Murray. I will say there's a fun. I think Murray's just the safer option there. They use their running backs so much, but there's a fun factor in starting Crowder for that early morning 8:30 a.m. London game, having something to root for. So if you're really on the fence, that might be a decider. I mean, fantasy's supposed to be fun, right?
Yeah,
so
that's what it's all about.
I have no problem with you doing that because it's close enough.
That's a great point. They're close enough for me. I think I agree with you, Scott. You nailed it. Latavius Murray slightly safer in that Ravens rushing offense. Anyone else disagree? John, Luke?
No, I'm going Latavius Murray here. I do like Crowder, though.
I do like Crowder as well.
They're neck and neck for me.
Swamp wants to know, start 2 running backs, J-Rob, Joe Mixon, Mike Davis, J.D. McKissick, Michael Carter, and Samaje Perine.
You can't trust Joe Mixon, I don't think, at this moment. I don't expect him to play. If he's playing, I'm starting him. He's one of the two. It's definitely J-Rob. Joe Mixon, if he's playing, I really doubt he is, though.
Michael Carter?
Yeah, it's tough after that.
I'm going J-Rob and Michael Carter if Mixon is out, and it's not
same with me.
In my mind.
I like once again the early Sunday morning matchup, but Michael Carter, I mean, he's just stolen so much workload over the last couple weeks. He's gonna almost be a lock for 15 plus touches on Sunday morning. It's got to be J-Rob and Carter for me out of those.
I'm with you.
I might go McKissick over Carter. Personally, but it is pretty close. So I don't blame you. I wouldn't even mind playing Samaje Perine if we know for sure. Joe
I was just
out.
about to say, that's what I was about to say too. Samaje Perine's right there next to Michael Carter for me as well.
No, it's not particularly close for me. I trust the work that Michael Carter's been getting recently. So I'm going to go with that instead of JD, who could be game script dependent, and Samaje Perine, we haven't seen like a large sample size for in that Bengals offense. I'll trust the volume we've seen for Carter recently, but I get it. I get the temptation to take Joe Mixon's backup or the receiving threat. Like JD can have a big game any given week, but I'll go Carter.
It's a very tough question. Even Mike Davis, like the Jets are the worst team in the league against running backs. I mean, he's got some tough options. I think I lean J-Rob and Carter, but there's a lot of close options here.
At least we all agree on J-Rob.
Yeah.
And then Swamp wants to know flex 2, same running backs, and then Devonta Smith, Marvin Jones, and Jamison Crowder. Smith and Jones, in my mind.
Smith and Jones over all those running backs other than J-Rob.
Yeah, I think so too. Especially with Chark out now.
Yep, completely agree. NBA saying Alex Collins was a stud when he was with the Ravens. Great pickup by Seattle.
He was originally with Seattle, I believe.
Yeah.
On their practice squad. So just a little tidbit.
And Jay saying what every announcer likes to remind us every time Alex Collins touches the ball that he is a tap dancer. So if you did not know, just watch Alex Collins play for 30 seconds and they will be sure to alert you to the fact
he's actually he's the Irish jig, I believe.
Is
right?
it Irish jig? Oh,
yeah,
gotcha.
or something like that. I'm not sure. You probably
It's a fun fact. It is an awesome fun fact that the announcers like to do. Just like anytime a basketball player used to play tight end, they say it 1,000 times during the broadcast as well. Bambo has a question for us. Half PPR. My RB2 is Zach Moss. 2 flex league. Flex 1 is Boyd. Do I start Damian Williams, Renfro, Cephas, Watkins, Devontae Parker, or Gesicki in this flex 2 spot? It's Williams in my mind.
I think so too. It's
yeah.
I love giving those 15 touch running backs just a flex spot. I don't see a way he doesn't get 15 touches in this one. I mean,
He's a good pass catcher. Yeah.
I mean, the way they've been using David Montgomery, I'm just going to plug Damian Williams in there out of these options for sure. John Luke, what about you?
Wait, so you'll do that for Damian Williams, but not Samaje Perine, Simon?
We've seen a little bit more from Damian Williams in the past. I think that's
one
fair.
game.
Not just
Williams
this year. I'm talking.
Damian Williams had a really good 4 to 5 game stretch with Kansas City.
That's what I'm saying. We've seen more from him in the past. So don't throw that Samaje argument at me. They're
entirely different. It's a valid argument.
No, it's not, because the Bears rushing game is entirely different from the Bengals rushing game as well. Like that David Montgomery role is a little bit more enticing to me than that Joe Mixon role right now. Right? Like, do you get what I'm saying?
I definitely trust Damian Williams more than Samaje Perine just because of his past. You know.
I get the Samaje Perine start. Sorry, I didn't mean to be so like aggressive towards that point. I'm just saying, like, I think the situations are entirely different between Damian Williams and Samaje.
Yeah, I don't know if I feel like they're entirely different, but I do think it's worth exploring that argument, right? Of like we're looking at volume, right, opportunity, and then whether we've seen it in the past. I don't know that I would be fine starting Samaje Perine this week just on volume alone. And we have seen Samaje Perine play in the past. He hasn't been fantastic, but he hasn't been terrible.
Yeah.
Right. I just
I'm definitely willing to throw him out there.
Jail, would you start Damian Williams or Samaje Perine?
Yeah. I almost always lean towards the running backs in a flex situation. And in half PPR or anything other than PPR, it even more so. So I'm definitely going to lean the running back here and go Damian Williams.
Damian Williams. Okay.
I bet a lot of people are going to want to say Renfro after that last game. He's a good receiver.
Yeah.
In PPR, I still probably start Damian Williams, but
I definitely am.
It's a little closer.
Carlos has a question, go ahead, Scott.
I was just going to say Williams has a much better matchup too.
Yeah.
There we go. Carlos saying he dropped Mooney for Emmanuel Sanders. Still feeling okay about it, even after the news of Fields starting. How do you guys feel about that move?
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm not sure how Mooney right now. I have them in a very similar area in my rankings almost every single week.
Yeah.
But Sanders is performing a little better. Mooney had the one game, so I guess we'll see. But yeah, it is what it is. It would be nice if you had someone else you could have dropped and kept Mooney.
Yeah.
I agree.
I do feel like Mooney's prospect for the rest of the season is definitely promising with the way Fields is targeting him, the amount of separation he's able to get. He could potentially pop off or at least make a giant leap in value rest of the season.
That one sideline throw Fields had like between two defenders to him, and Mooney catching it, that's got to build some trust.
Oh yeah,
that was one heck of a play.
We're getting a lot of questions here.
Yeah, we'll get to a couple more of these before we start the game, but then we're gonna have to get into the game, guys, and we will be sure to answer these throughout the show.
Through that game,
and a reminder for everybody watching on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4:15, right after our game show, we are live answering questions and only answering questions for fantasy football office hours. So we're always there for your questions. Jail, we're going to come to you first on this one. Pillsbury Kush wants to know, pick 2, Emmanuel Sanders, Jacoby Myers, Cortland Sutton, or Chase Claypool, if healthy.
Let me pull up their matchups real quick. We don't know if it's PPR or
I
not.
don't even need to know the matchups.
You don't? Then go
Go
ahead,
ahead,
Josh.
Josh.
Well, no, it's definitely Sutton, and then Claypool if healthy. And then Jacoby Myers, then Emmanuel Sanders.
I was going to say Jacoby Myers is in that conversation for me just because of the volume he's been getting. Like he's involved in that offense. Sutton for sure, and then it's probably Jacoby Myers for me. Scott, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm more on Josh's side. I'm going Claypool if healthy. Jacoby, he doesn't score touchdowns, and the Texans defense is like they're so much better against wide receivers than people give them credit for. They have not allowed a lot of wide receiver points this year. But I mean, the other three are close. Sutton is the clear winner here.
John Luke?
Sutton, I've been meaning to dig into his production last week. It's just been a little disappointing. I just have been expecting a little bit more out of him, and I'm not entirely sure what's the reason for that yet. But I'm still going to lean Sutton here. Between Sanders and Myers, it's a toss-up. I don't know that Claypool's going to play.
Okay. One more question from Pillsbury Kush. Andrews or Knox this week?
Andrews.
Yep.
Andrews. Start Andrews. I know there's been some disappointing games, but you're still starting Mark Andrews over Dawson Knox.
Andrews has been good.
He's running routes on like every play.
Yeah. Bam says half PPR Fant or Gesicki with the Bridgewater injury.
Ooh, that's a good question. It's
Fant. It's Fant for me as well. JL, are you Fant too?
Yeah, the Fant is up there in like top 5 target share of all tight ends. It's ridiculous. No, I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna go Gesicki here.
Okay.
Seemingly easier matchup against Tampa Bay against tight ends, and I think that they're gonna be throwing the ball a lot in this game, trying to catch up. So I'll go.
He went the safer option. Is that like is he asking for the safer option here? I still think it's Fant actually.
I think
I don't know. When we're talking about just
Fant's going against Pittsburgh, it's not the greatest.
JL's right. I mean the matchups. It seems easier, but touchdowns can be fluky. I mean, Tampa Bay, a lot of their points given up has been touchdowns. I think they've allowed 3 weeks in a row, or maybe 3 in the last 2 weeks, something like that. So
it's a good point.
Yeah.
It's a really good point.
I'm still taking Fant, but there's some optimism.
I think Drew Lock's
for
going to be
Gesicki
terrified a lot of the game, and Fant's that safety blanket. Yeah.
I think Fant's the safer option here.
There we go. Scott, before we get into the game, we got one more question directed to you. Swamp says, Scott, we probably won't see you tomorrow. With the news about Robert Woods, do you think you will have more or less points than Van Jefferson in a PPR league?
Oh, I think Squeaky Will gets the grease, or Squeaky Mouse gets the cheese, whichever way you want to do it. There's been enough talk about it from both McVay, from Woods, etc. I think he gets his this week.
I agree. I'm not even considering starting Van Jefferson over Robert Woods this week. Hey, if it happens this week, then I'll reevaluate.
Yeah.
The more I'm going to go back to the last question for a second. The more I think about it, Gesicki's been targeted 15 times by Brissett in 2 weeks.
Yeah, Brissett loves Gesicki.
I think I might lean Gesicki with a better matchup and that kind of volume.
I'll fight you and JL about this, all right?
Josh, I'm still going Fant with you. We could do a 2v2 water bet right here.
I'll do a vodka bet. I'll pour vodka on you. Let's see what I'm talking about. Never done that in my life. All right, let's
water bet. JL's at least in on it, right?
I'm in.
Scott, are you in?
A water bet?
No. Yeah, you can say no. Fant Gesicki this week.
Just let JL take it. Take the double water.
Yeah, if I'm wrong, one of you guys can do it on air.
Okay, perfect.
Solidarity.
You can do 2 things of water.
I'm not doing it on air. I'm not going to get water all over my office. I'll post the video.
Well, here's my office. I guess I can get water.
You could definitely get hosed. I bet you your wife would be happy to host you.
Swamp said, OMG, been so long since the water bets. Yeah, we had to take a break after I almost killed myself on stream. The last time I paid out a water bet, I got in a lot of trouble with my mother. My head was bleeding, if you remember properly.
We should post that video again.
It was, wow. Did you see that? I dunked myself in a full bathtub, and then on the way back up, I nailed my head on the faucet. And
for some reason, he put his head down on the faucet side instead of the other side.
And then I came back up and I looked into the camera and my whole forehead was covered. There was blood on my forehead. And I came back just to let everyone know I was bleeding. But we made it.
Yes, Bam. Yes.
And Sully in here saying Scott's office is huge.
It is.
And Scott,
Look at that.
you saying that you would pour vodka on your head has Bam saying, I'm going to go with Josh's confidence and start Bam. So that's on. That's a Josh thing now.
I like Van Jefferson. I have him in way too many leagues.
Same. So many dynasty leagues.
I started him in like 2 or 3 of them last week. I'm a fan.
Yeah, me too. And also, Josh, we're definitely gonna make that a GIF.
Yeah, that is got to be a GIF. Okay, guys, I just said GIF. Jail, what have you done to me?
It's a GIF. It's a GIF.
Okay, guys. Yeah, that's Josh pouring vodka on himself in case everyone was wondering. That's the only thing it could be. Guys, today we are playing Poll Perception. It is the game where we test your ability to understand the landscape of fantasy football, how people feel about players in the fantasy landscape. Before the show today, I found 7 polls online about NFL or fantasy football. I'm going to be asking you guys about them. I will come to one of you, say JL, and ask, it could be, who would you rather have on your dynasty roster? I'll give you 2 players, a side A and a side B. JL would give me the percentage of people that chose side A of that 64. Trade. Josh and Scott will then guess whether they think the actual answer is over or under that percentage. Josh and Scott, you guys will get 2 points if you correctly predict the over under. And JL, you're going to score points based on how close you are. 1 point if you're 15 away, increasing as you get closer. After 6 rounds like that, we will go into the final round, the 7th round, where all of you will be guessing a number. Whoever is the closest in that round will get 5 points unless they nail it right on the head, and they'll get 10. The person with the most points at the end of the game is our winner.
Do you know that we've never once changed the scoring system for this game?
And we just
said it was perfect when we created it.
We've been playing it for almost a year and a half, 2 years? I don't
2 years
know,
almost.
March or something. And we have never once changed the scoring system. It just, first try, nailed it.
First try, nailed it. Absolutely.
It worked.
Swamp said, I remember, I think it was JL who randomly messaged me how he watched my water get wet again.
Yes.
Swamp's water bet was one of the best ones ever that he did. I forget what the bet was, but it was so much fun.
It was.
It was
he
so much
nailed
fun.
it.
Okay, guys, Scott.
That was awesome.
Scott,
that was awesome.
Since you are the guest, Scott, I'm going to let you pick whether you want to go first, second, or third.
I will go first.
Scott going first. He's not afraid. And then JL, do you want to go second or third today?
I want to go second.
JL going second. Josh, that means you're going to end it going
I've been
third.
going third like every Poll Perception game for like 2 months.
All right, I'll flip with Josh.
Oh, no, I'm good. I want to be
Also, J-Wall, and you're saying drop a like, y'all. Thanks for the reminder, J-Wall. Guys, it means a ton to us if you like this video, if you're having fun, if you enjoy the games we play, go ahead and hit that like as well. And subscribe while you're there. Come on.
Yeah, super easy way to support us. Appreciate it.
Z2, and you're saying just wanted to let Scott know I'm 3-1 in Scott Fishbowl with Brissett as my QB2. And Scott, I want to let you know, me too. I'm 3-1 with Brissett as my QB2. It was Trey Lance and Ryan Fitzpatrick as my quarterback too, and that's not going well so far. But Brissett is saving me. Sully, and you're saying you guys rig it weekly, so why bother changing the scoring system?
I do remember it being rigged the last time I was on.
Yeah, it was.
I do remember that.
It always is.
It was to set up your victory this time, Scott, so that it meant more. So, oh, shit, I just spoiled the ending. Okay, Scott, are you ready for your first poll?
Let's do it.
Okay, your poll is, who would you rather have on your dynasty roster? Side A, Jalen Hurts. Side B, Trey Lance. What percentage of people chose Jalen Hurts in this poll?
That's a tough one, Scott. I'm glad you went first.
That's interesting.
It is.
Oh,
this poll had over 3,400 votes. I will divulge something else. There was a see results option, but I just eliminated those votes when doing the percentages. So I only included the 2 players. I just did it out of the percentages that voted for the not see results option. So
so you adjusted for it?
I adjusted.
Yeah, there's 100% total still between these 2 options.
Exactly. Between the 2 options, it adds up to 100%. I just eliminated the couple of votes. It was very small that went over to see results.
Man.
Gotcha.
I feel like before the season, this would have been side B by a slight amount. But now that we've seen Jalen Hurts continue to be a top guy, I think it's maybe flipped over, and I'm going to go with 54%.
54% from Scott on the Jalen Hurts side.
That's such a good line.
John Luke, are you taking over or under 54%?
I wrote down a guess just to see where where it lined up with Scott's prior to him giving it. I've landed on 58, so it's a good line. I'm gonna take the over though.
The over from JL. Josh, what are you doing here?
I don't know. I think that was such a good line, Scott.
It's crazy because before the season, I think that would have been 62% Lance.
Easily.
Yeah,
I think it would have been far and away.
Actually, that might be low.
Dynasty,
that might be low.
Yeah, all the Sirianni news.
And I don't think people were 100% buying into Jalen Hurts as like
they
a long
they weren't.
They were like, he's got a great rushing upside there, but they just didn't trust him. But he has proven a lot so far.
Yeah, even in redraft, Lance would sometimes go ahead of Hurts, and people were thinking this would be Hurts's 1 year, and they would draft a quarterback with those 3 firsts next year.
I'll take the over. I think that Jalen Hurts has been such a good line. I'll take the over though. I think Jalen Hurts has been playing so freaking well that people just can't ignore how many fantasy points he's putting up. He's a top 5 quarterback, I believe, right?
Okay, Scott, you got both these guys on the same side, taking the over with your guess of 54%. We've got some people in the chat guessing as well. Swamp said 100%. Jay Wall saying 66%. Albert with 41.
Albert.
Dan said Lance is the Twitter darling, 37%. Sully saying 50%. And then Swamp coming in and saying, JK, 56%. And
by the way, Jalen Hurts is the 3rd overall quarterback so far this season.
The rushing, man. The rushing is so cheap.
Yep. Checks out. Dan said also Hurts victory lap. I told all of you, so thank you.
Dan absolutely did. He was the biggest supporter of Jalen Hurts I have seen during the offseason. He was drafting him pretty freaking high in Superflex leagues. I think you were taking him all day in the 3rd round. Right.
I don't know that his on-field performances have really given me a ton of confidence from an NFL perspective. I mean, fantasy is the rushing, so like I'm not worried about that. But I
did have that one poop game.
Had the one poop game. He's made mistakes. Like I don't know that it's been hasn't been terrible in any way, but I think draft capital will win out here.
We'll see.
We will see. We had some more guesses in here. Craig guessing 46%. Bam guessing 61%.
Bam.
Guys, the actual percentage of people that chose Jalen Hurts in this trade poll based on over 3,000 votes is 47%. So, Scott, you were 7 percentage points away. Scott. So you get 3 points. JL and Josh get nothing for being incorrect here on the over-under. So, Scott, we'll come to you first. Which of these 2 players would you rather have in Dynasty?
Wow. Gosh, I don't even know. I have them both in a bunch of places, but I've never had to make the choice between them. I think maybe Lance. It's just a little more proven right now, and they have 3 first-rounders. They're going to build stuff around him next year, I would hope. So it's tight.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's Lance for me. Jay, what about you?
Jalen, Scott?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, Hurts.
Yeah.
I think it'd be slightly Hurts for me, but honestly, I could go either way.
Okay, I'm taking the Lance side still. I liked what I've seen from Jalen Hurts, but I'm gonna trust where Lance was drafted, what they traded up to get him, and that he's gonna be the future there in that Shanahan offense. I'll take Lance, but it is so close. Josh, you're nodding your head down there. What do you think?
It's super, 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 super close for me as well. But I'm taking the Trey Lance side still. I do believe that he will be a great quarterback with the 49ers. I did think that Jalen Hurts side was going to win this poll because, it's Twitter and recency bias. I mean, I guess Trey Lance did have a great half of game last week. When I say great, I mean great for fantasy. While Jalen Hurts has really been putting up the points. But I'll take Trey Lance ever so slightly, 49%. Or 51%.
Yeah, I'm with Josh on that.
I love Trey Lance.
Simon, can't hear you there. But yeah, no, I love Trey Lance's talent too. He did miss some throws. It looks like he might have some accuracy issues going forward. Exactly.
Still a rookie. So
yeah, it didn't look good, but he got a lot of points with his legs. So
he did.
Yes, yeah, and that's what we expect, right? We expect him to have this very high rushing floor, but so does Jalen Hurts. So what are we talking about here?
Yeah, we got a question in here while Simon fixes his mic. DeAndre Hopkins for Mike Williams and Deontay Johnson. What do you think, Josh?
That's a tough one.
Yeah, it actually is. Wow. I don't know.
I'd rather have
if
Mike
you-
Williams and Deontay Johnson on this
It's
one.
a full point PPR. If you're starting both Mike Williams and Deontay Johnson after trading away DeAndre Hopkins, yeah.
Which you
it's Mike
probably
Williams and
are,
Deontay
right?
Johnson.
As long as this
yeah.
isn't an 8-man league, if this is like a standard
Yeah.
size, like 12-man league.
Yeah.
I would make that trade.
You're right.
I always
would
struggle.
too. So much more depth, and it's not like Hopkins is lighting the world on fire. He's not. They have so many weapons now. He's not. The offense is still booming, but he's only getting 7-8 targets a game. I say only, but compared to the other two, Deontay's getting 10 plus. You're getting 2 depth pieces. I think I'd rather have the double whammy there.
Yeah, fully agree with that.
I was initially just drawn to the DeAndre Hopkins side because I'm generally drawn to the side with like the superstar on it, but these 2 other players are enough to make up for it in my mind. I'm taking that side as well, guys.
Yeah, his next
In a
wide
full-point
receivers
PPR.
are Sutton and Antonio Brown.
Yep.
So I
Like that
even
trade.
more. Yeah, I like
It's
that
a full
even more.
point PPR. Deontay Johnson is going to have more catches at the end of the season if they're both healthy.
Yeah,
DeAndre Hopkins has that big play upside every week. He's going to blow up weeks, but this offense spreads it around.
yep.
Also, shout out Craig on the 46%.
Ooh,
Nice job. 1
Craig.
percentage point away.
Hooray.
After one question, Scott is in the lead 3-0, and we are going to move on to our second poll. But first, Seabass has a question for us. Zeke, I'm guessing Aaron Jones or Patterson.
Not Patterson.
This week?
It doesn't matter. Just not Patterson in any kind of context.
And
He
yeah,
does not
any
belong with
question-
these other 2 names. Just throwing that out there. But between Zeke and Aaron Jones, I lean Zeke.
It's Aaron Jones
rest of
at
seasons and this
it's-
week.
This week, Aaron Jones is at Cincinnati and Zeke is at the Giants, just for some context, if that changes your opinion at all.
Home
Scott, where are you
game
going?
versus-
Both those matchups are middle of the road.
Yep.
I think I would slightly lean. Wow, that is actually tougher than I thought it'd be. I think I'm going to slightly lean Zeke here, just because they're consistently talking about up here getting Dylan more work, and they showed it last week that they were getting Dylan more work. So I wonder if more and more of a split is coming.
But Dylan
Yeah.
had like 14 carries last week or something like that, right? But
I'm
Tony
going,
Pollard's also involved.
I'm going Zeke as well. JL, where are you going? Zeke or Jones? Or I guess Patterson as well.
I would just narrowly
Patterson.
lean Patterson. No, lean Zeke. They're back to back.
They are.
Yeah, it's
They're
very
both,
close.
they're both
That's a good option
easy
to have.
top 10
Yeah,
running
good
backs.
good decision.
How can't you
I'm
get both
curious.
of them in?
That's what I was going to say. I'm curious why you can't start both. That's try to find a way to fit Zeke
One
and
running
Aaron
back, no
Jones in your
flex
lineup.
league.
It's just a league where you only start a single running back, no other positions.
You don't start anyone, or it's just one flex spot. That's the whole league. You get to start one single player every week.
Also, Swamp letting us know Mixon did not practice today, and also Melvin Gordon did not
Yeah.
practice today. He said
I don't
earlier.
expect Mixon to play.
So that was some
Javonte
news
Williams?
right there.
I will say, guys, Wednesday is like typically the day that players take off if they're
Yep.
going to take off. So continue to follow the practice reports.
Yep.
John Luke, are you ready for your poll?
Yep.
Okay, your poll is who would you prefer in a PPR dynasty league? Side A, CeeDee Lamb. Side B, Jamar Chase. What percentage of people would prefer CeeDee Lamb?
Whoa, we had this trade poll a couple weeks ago. I know, I guarantee it's a different one.
It
I
is.
know a lot of this stuff gets repeated.
And stuff's been changing,
was-
which is why I
yeah.
thought it'd be interesting to bring up here.
stuff
The
has
landscape
absolutely
of
changed.
what these players have looked like has definitely changed since the last time we
Yes.
talked about this.
You're not wrong at all. You're not wrong at
Oh
all.
my God, CeeDee Lamb has not been performing very well. Just hasn't been getting the targets. Honestly, they haven't been passing very much recently. I think we talked about it extensively yesterday on the stream. Jamar Chase has been doing really well, so I feel like recency bias is definitely going to be in play here. I'm gonna go with
I'm interested to see what you go with.
44%.
Ooh,
44% from JL on the CeeDee Lamb side of this trade. Josh, do you think it's over or under 44%?
I know CeeDee Lamb hasn't been playing well. Jamar Chase has been. Jamar Chase hasn't had T Higgins, but CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup has been playing. I love CeeDee Lamb's talent. I still give him the edge personally. I could see Twitter going the other way here and picking Jamar Chase, but I got to take the over on JL's 44%. You said
44.
Yep.
Yep.
taking the over.
Josh taking the over. Scott, what about you? Jail's guess was 44%. Josh took the over. Do you think the actual percentage of people that took CeeDee Lamb is over or under Jail's guess of 44%?
I'm going to have fun with this, and I'm going to split it, and I'm going to go under.
You split us, JL.
Yeah.
Under from Scott, and JL split the room. We had some guesses in the chat as well. Jaywall said 35%, Albert said 55%, and Rob said 68%. So we got some guesses on all ends of the spectrum right there in the chat. Yeah, 3-5 in from Jaywall. Guys, the actual percentage of people that chose CeeDee Lamb over Jamar Chase in a PPR Dynasty League based on 629 votes. There you go. I said it for the last one. I'll say it for all of them, even if I'm ashamed by the vote count. The actual percentage of people that chose CeeDee Lamb is 52%.
Hey,
it is 52%.
Okay. We all got points. No, wait. Sorry, Scott.
Scott didn't get points. Scott gets no points on that one, but JL, you were within 10, so you get 3 points for that, catching up to Scott. And Josh, you get 2 points for correctly picking the over-under on that one. JL, we'll come to you first since you answered the poll, and you were pretty close. Which of these two players do you prefer in a Dynasty League? Is it CeeDee Lamb or Jamar Chase?
Oh, God. It is pretty close. I was trying to think how old. Let's see. Jamar Chase is 21. How old is CeeDee Lamb?
22 older at most, right? Yeah.
22. Honestly, they are so close in my mind. I would probably lean CeeDee Lamb just by a smidge. Probably 52%. Sounds like a good
I said that when I was talking about this. I slightly on the CeeDee Lamb side myself.
Mm-hmm. Scott, you as well?
Yeah, it's slightly CeeDee Lamb for me. I was purely going on. I thought Twitter would totally overreact, and I was trying to play that, and I was thinking, if I get this one right, as the opposite of those two, I'd take a nice lead. It was gamesmanship more than actual belief.
And Twitter cannot be freaking consistent with their overreactions. It's like selective overreaction. Sometimes they completely ignore, and then other times it's like the full overreact.
That's indicative. That's indicative of how people think a lot in the community, right? And that's why this game is so valuable, so much fun, in my opinion. Is that take what you're seeing here, like which of these players they overreact on, and then try and use that to your advantage. Go make trades, take advantage of people's biases.
Good job.
Also,
Jordan.
We didn't put this one up. Jordan said in parentheses, I would say 53% because he was embarrassed not to take 35. So you were 1 percentage point off. And guys, after that round, Jail, nice job. You recorded 3 points on that one, bringing you tied with Scott, and Josh, you've got 2 points right behind it. We have another question in the chat before we go. Need 2 wide receivers for this weekend. I got Robert Woods, Tyler Boyd, Marvin Jones, Courtland Sutton, and Laviska Shenault. Which 2 of these wide receivers are you starting this weekend? This is tough, Joey.
It's so tough. I don't like this question,
man.
So Sutton's in my lineup. I kind of talked about that earlier. Even with the disappointing performances lately, and if T. Higgins isn't playing, this is an easy Tyler Boyd for me. However, if T. Higgins does play, that makes Tyler Boyd a lot closer to these other options. I still probably go Boyd.
I'm definitely going Boyd here. I'm trying, and then I would probably go. You said Boyd and Sutton, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
I would do Boyd and Sutton too, with a nod to Robert Woods.
Marvin Jones, no love for Marvin Jones in here going up against the Titans with DJ Chark out.
He's not far behind.
He'd be my third guy, and then Laviska, and then Wood. They're all in the same tier, Jones, Woods, and Laviska.
Scott, what do you think here? Is it Sutton?
Yeah, for me, it's Woods and Boyd. I have them pretty firmly as my top 2 in this group. I can see the arguments for the other ones, but I think that Rams-Seattle game is going to be more of a shootout. And I mentioned I just think Woods is going to get that squeaky wheel grease this week. So
you know what?
And if Higgins is out, it's Boyd. So
we've been talking about this Robert Woods. Scott, I'm with you. If Higgins is playing, I'm going to go Courtland Sutton and Robert Woods myself.
I think I'm going to go Woods and Marvin Jones. I just love him as the deep threat against the Titans.
We all had different answers.
I mean, that Rams-Seattle game, I think the over-under is at 53.5 or 54 right now. I feel a shootout, and I feel like it's going to be hard for Woods not to have some of that.
Yeah. JL, what did you say here? I forget.
I said Boyd and Sutton with a nod to Robert Woods. Jones and Chenault, I want to see how they use it. Like, I'm sorry, I say Woods and Chenault. I meant Jones.
You said
Jones.
Jones.
You said Jones.
I just want to see. They didn't really target Marvin Jones much last weekend, and last week, and so I want to see how that target distribution is this week without Shark there.
Yeah, after Shark went out, Chenault got a lot yeah. He actually wasn't super productive outside of the 52-yard catch it was kind of broken up. They got in the backfield and Lawrence had to roll out and right at the edge of the sideline, tossed it up for a 52-yard diving grab by Chenault. Outside of that, he wasn't hugely productive, but they targeted Chenault a ton after that injury.
Yeah.
I love Chenault.
I do like Chenault. He is sitting on a lot of benches of mine right now, just slightly disappointed. Sully in here saying, man, I want Lamb here by a decent margin. He's firmly on the Lamb side. And Joey saying, thank you. No problem,
thank you,
Joey.
Man. Great question.
That's a great
question. We were stumped a little bit. Let's go.
Keep bringing the fire questions.
We gotta pick up the pace a little bit through these. So Josh, we are on to our next poll here. Your first poll of the game. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Oh, I'm ready.
Who would you rather roster rest of season? Side A, Chris Carson, or side B, James Robinson? What percentage of people chose the Chris Carson side of this poll?
This is an evil poll.
You asked this poll 2 weeks ago. Chris Carson's getting like 95% of this vote. People were so out on James Robinson. Now James Robinson has a couple good weeks, which maybe I said he was going to have a couple good weeks. I'm just saying. But I'm a Chris Carson fan too. It sucks. He has that neck injury. I don't know how severe that is. He missed practice yesterday. I would love to see the practice report today. Alex Collins looked good for the Seahawks. I think that James Robinson might actually win this poll, this vote. Who would you rather have the rest of the season? Yeah, it's going to be James Robinson's going to win. What percentage am I going to put on Chris Carson? I'll say 36% Chris Carson.
36% from Josh on the Chris Carson side. Scott's upset about that line you said, Josh.
If you went anywhere in the 40s or the 50s, I was going to be like under with like no hesitancy.
Same.
Also, there are 842 votes, just so everyone knows.
You went way lower than I expected.
Yes.
What was the number again? 36?
Yes.
He said 36.
Gosh. When was this poll done?
October 4th.
2 days ago.
2 days ago. So, okay.
I stumped them. Yes, I love it.
I'm so mad. Anything in the 40s, I would have said under.
Yep.
I think you've. I'm going to say over. I think it's going to be just slightly over.
Scott taking me over.
That was a good line. I'm so mad at that line.
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear it.
Joe, what are you doing with this line that Josh said?
I feel the same way Scott does. I'm going to take the over as well. I think Josh nailed it though.
Let's go.
You might have nailed this on the spot.
I would love
at least
I think I would have said like 36 or 38.
We got some answers in the chat. Craig agreeing with you wholeheartedly said 36%. J-Wall said 35. Sully a bit higher with 46. Albert with 40. And Swamp
those are making me feel better.
39%. So a lot of them in your range, but most of them at least a little bit over on that guess, Josh. The actual percentage of people that chose Chris Carson in this poll is 51%. 51% of people still chose Chris Carson over James Robinson rest of season in this poll.
Sunk cost fallacy right there. People drafted.
Wait, am I within 15?
I got to do the math real quick. All right,
exactly.
You are 15 exactly away, Josh. So you get 1 point for being within 15. And Scott and JL, you guys each get 2 points for correctly picking the over-under. But JL, you and Scott both seemed shocked by the result of that. Want to dive a little bit into why you were so surprised by that?
I want to know why people hate James Robinson. Like, did you watch him Thursday night? Like, he looks like a younger, slightly better Chris Carson. Like, I mean, they're actually fairly comparable as backs. They're big bruising backs who can catch better than people think they can. They're unsexy that nobody seems to truly like them, but they both get a ton of volume, and that's generally what makes up the there's so many good comparables. I just think James Robinson's the younger back. I guess the argument for Carson is it's a better offense. He might have more, opportunities to score. They're going to drive more, which hasn't been the case this year with Seattle. What Seattle has done this year is try to get big plays, and when they don't, they like go 3 and out or go get 1 first down and then they're done. So like they're not even having sustained drives this year. So I don't know. I would rather have James Robinson.
Swamp saying people on crack, Scott. That's what's going on. Not loving James Robinson.
Also, the ding against Robinson is a lot of negative game scripts. Like he's Carson might be in the lead, and that's true. That's what's nice about it.
12.5% of the target share on his team versus Chris Carson's 5.9% on the season.
Yeah, I think the answer is James Robinson for me, but I think it's just the draft capital that went into Carson. The preseason narrative for James Robinson is still holding him down. But I agree with you guys. I think it's Robinson going forward.
That week 1 usage. Really.
The Carlos Hyde week 1 just scared everybody. Okay, guys, we got a quick question from Jeezy, Texas, real quick. I'm assuming the TX is Texas. Should I drop Pollard for Christian Kirk or Mooney? Yeah, Scott, I agree. No. Anyone doing that?
The way running backs are going right now, even if you thought Kirk or Mooney would score more points in a flex spot on your roster, you got to keep Pollard on your roster just in case. And he's not a terrible flex in the first place, but there's got to be someone better you can drop if you need Kirk or Mooney.
And then, guys, just let's take this question as which of these 3 wide receivers do you prefer rest of season? Deontay Johnson, Jamar Chase, or Brandon Cooks?
Oh.
Deontay Johnson.
It's Deontay Johnson for the volume for me. It's a volume argument.
I think you got the order. You got Johnson, then you got Chase, then there's a little bit of a gap there with the word or, then it's Cooks.
That's assuming this is redraft. If it's Dynasty,
perfect breakdown.
Dynasty, it changes a little bit. It's Jamar Chase for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, Scott, we are coming back around to you for your next poll. Oh, wait, we got one more question. I skipped Kyle earlier, completely missed him, so we're going to come back in. His 8-man PPR league starts 3 wide receivers, 3 running backs. He wants to know, should I trade Aaron Jones, Kittle, and Woods for Kelsey, Mike Williams, and Lockett?
No.
Aaron Jones, Kittle, Robert Woods for Travis Kelce, Mike Williams, and Tyler Lockett.
No.
I'm not doing that.
No, I'm keeping Aaron Jones.
I want to know who his tight end is currently, but I think I'm keeping the first side. Oh, there it is. I see Kittle. Yeah, I'm probably keeping what he has.
Yeah. Kittle's target share is really high. He's gonna bounce back. And I would rather have Aaron Jones given your running back situation with Mixon being out.
Yep. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Kelsey is an upgrade over Kittle, like a clear upgrade in my mind, but it's not enough on the other side. You're sacrificing too much giving away Aaron Jones, not getting enough in return. Okay, Scott, are you ready for your next poll?
Yes.
Your poll is, would you want Baker Mayfield as the starter for your favorite NFL team? Side A, yes. Side B, no. What percentage of people chose yes in this poll?
I like this poll.
It's funny. I saw this poll, but I did not.
I bet you did see the poll based on where I got it from.
Yeah, but I didn't.
Ryan McDowell.
It's a Ryan McDowell poll.
Okay. I did see this poll, but I don't even know if I voted in it. I definitely do not remember the answer. I did vote in it, but I didn't know what the percentages were. Let's see here. I'm gonna go with side A is.
And for more context, while you're thinking of it, this had 2,252 votes, and it was asked after this weekend's games. So it was not asked before this weekend's games.
I'm going to go, I'm trying to calculate the amount of teams out there that have a better starting quarterback than Baker Mayfield, that they're like, nah, no thanks. And the ones that are worse that are like, nah, we'll take someone in the draft. I'm going to go with Scott Fish, 24%.
A Scott Fish 24% is where he's going with that one. 24% from Matthew Berry Game Changer Award winner Scott Fish. John Luke, are you going over or under Scott's guess of 24%?
I think people are very jealous of the Baker commercials, the progressive commercials, and they wish that was their team. So I'm going to go over.
JL taking the over. Josh, what do you think here?
24%. Oh, man. That would put it 76%.
3, 4, 7, 4, 6.
I definitely think the side no. The side B wins. Side no. I'll take I'll take the over ever so slightly, I guess.
Coward.
Here's where I screwed up. I said what I thought it was, but if I was to set a line, I should have said like 28 or 29%.
That would have made it tougher for me. It
to
really
force
would've.
your hand.
Yeah, it would have. Yeah, because I
Even
definitely
early
think it's
30s, I would have been stuck. I would have been stuck.
Yeah, no, I don't think I could have gone early 30s because I would have wanted to nail it.
I think it's probably in the high 20s. Low
high
20s.
20s is where it is. Yeah.
Okay, guys. Scott regretting his call, but he set the line at 24%. JL and Josh both took the over on that one. We had some guesses in the chat. J-Wall said 0%. Craig said 25%. Albert said 21%. Swamp said 38%. The actual percentage of people that said yes, they would want Baker Mayfield as the starter for their favorite NFL team is 29%.
Hey!
Scott, you were right when you said it should have been
was
28 or
5-2.
29, but you're within 5 percentage points, meaning you get 5 points for that poll. Josh and JL, you guys each get 2 for correctly picking the over on that. So, Scott, that brings you up to 10 points. JL up to 7 and Josh up to 5. It is still anybody's game, but Scott, you have a lead in this one. Real quick, rapid fire on this question. Start 1, PPR flex, Devonta Smith, Jalen Waddle, Damian Williams, Jamison Crowder. Scott,
Devonta
which of
Smith
these
for
four?
me.
Devonta Smith for you. What about you, Scott?
I don't like this question.
Yeah, I mean, that Panthers defense has been good, and now they're getting stuff on. Well, Gilmore won't play this week. I mean, he's not. I don't think he's even cleared to. I don't think he's even cleared to play yet. Like he's still injured, right? Like he was supposed to come back in a week or two, couple weeks.
It's Damian Williams for me.
I think it's Williams. I think Williams and Smith are the two that stand out to me.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I agree with you. It's
But
Williams.
I think
or
it's
Smith.
Williams.
I think I'm leaning Williams as well on this one, but I think Smith is a decent start as well in this case. They're close. Definitely above
Carolina D's been
Waddle
good.
and Crowder in my mind.
Like,
Okay. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Josh.
Go ahead. No, I was gonna say that Carolina D has allowed 2 wide receivers over 70 yards. You know, it's like
That's crazy. That is I didn't realize how good they had. I knew they were good against the wide receiver this year. I didn't realize that stat. That's pretty phenomenal. John Luke, are you ready for your next poll?
Yep.
Okay, your poll is who would you prefer in a Superflex Dynasty League? Side A, Ben Roethlisberger. Side B, Ryan Fitzpatrick. What percentage of people chose the Ben Roethlisberger side of this poll?
Yuck.
Yeah,
Wow.
right. This is the most yuckiness at quarterback. But they should be owned at Dynasty Superflex leagues.
54%.
Okay.
54% from JL on the Ben Roethlisberger side. Josh, do you think the actual answer is over or under 54%?
I mean, Roethlisberger's playing right now. I know he has the hip injury, but I got to assume it's going to go on that side. I'm going to take the over.
Josh going to take the over on that. Scott, what do you think here? Over or under 54% on the Roethlisberger side?
this is crazy because wow, both of these guys could not be playing in the NFL next year.
Yeah.
Which,
Absolutely.
the fact that it's a dynasty league, like this is the kind of trade someone's trading to get Ben because they're making one last shot at a run.
Yeah.
What are the other two? What was the guess?
JL said 54% and Josh took the over.
Scott, I'll tell you, the chat looks like they want to go with the under here.
Really? I think
Yeah,
I would have
the
gone with
chats-
the over.
Josh is trying to mind game you.
I don't know the answer.
No,
so-
I see the stat here now. It is going under, but like, I think this is Ben's last year. I think Fitzpatrick is probably going to try to play more, but
I don't know if he
He's going
can.
to try. He's
Yeah, I
going
don't
to
know if
try.
he can.
54% is the number.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to go under. What the hell?
Scott
Josh,
taking the
what's that?
under. What the hell? He's taking the under. We had some
JL split us
guesses in the
both
chat. J-Wall said 35%. Craig said 36.
Wow.
Albert said 44.
I would've
taking
guessed-
the under.
I think 54 was a great guess. I think it should be just over half for Ben.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Swamp coming in exactly what you're saying, Scott, as well. 52.5%. He was taking the under, but barely. Guys, the actual percentage of people that chose Ben Roethlisberger in this poll is 30%.
Whoa.
30% of voters chose Ben Roethlisberger out of 651 votes. 651 votes. Ben Roethlisberger got 30% of the vote.
That's so dumb.
I guess
Who's
it's just
who's
based
older?
on the,
I bet Ryan Fitzpatrick's like the same age as Ben Roethlisberger, like right?
I feel like this is
know,
people
that's
don't know. They just think Ryan Fitzpatrick has like a smaller injury than he does.
He's 38, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Or that they just feel like Fitzpatrick is still gonna play next year, and they see that Ben is has been he's done. You know, so they're like
older.
Either he's retired after the year, or he's not going to be worth anything, and they're thinking Fitzpatrick has a chance to still be something next year. That's the only argument I can think.
Yeah,
it's crazy to me.
I think that's what it's got to be, Scott. And Brad saying, I think I'm the same age as both of them. So would you rather have Roethlisberger, Brad, or Fitzpatrick on your dynasty roster?
I'll take
Brad
all day.
Fitzpatrick has like a pretty serious hip injury right now. Like, I don't know, like
sub-illumination.
I don't know.
So I guess
that doesn't play out for me.
Maybe if you need a backup quarterback for a push this year, Ben Roethlisberger's value is at an all-time low. I don't know if you want to start him, but he could be a very, very cheap starter you could stash on your bench in case of emergency. Like if Ryan Fitzpatrick is the cost for getting him, I think you could trade peanuts to go get Ben Roethlisberger from a team if you needed to as an emergency. I don't want to start him. Josh, are you ready for your last poll before we get into the final poll? Okay, Josh, your poll is who do you prefer in a PPR dynasty league? Side A, Miles Sanders. Side B, Kenneth Gainwell. What percentage of people chose the Miles Sanders side of this poll?
I love this.
I hate this.
This is awesome.
Josh is still laughing.
He froze because it was such a hard poll. Stall for Josh to unfreeze. He has to guess before you guys can give the over under. I was about to say, Scott, we'll just skip and go to you. Over or under Josh's guess.
Okay,
He's back.
I'm gonna go with 72%.
On the Miles Sanders side?
Yes.
72% from Josh. Scott reacting strongly to that. Are you taking the over or under on his guess of 72%?
I'm taking the under on that. I did not expect you to go that high.
Yeah.
I will take the under on 72%.
Josh saying 72%. Scott taking the under. And JL, where are you going on this one?
I could never trade Miles Sanders for Kenneth Gainwell still right now. I just couldn't do it.
Oh, no. I think Miles Sanders is above the 50 threshold. 72 seems high.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm gonna take the over. I'm gonna take the over because I have to beat Scott here.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, I get that.
And I do think that like just draft or what's it called, like trade value here is gonna come into play. I actually don't think 72 was a terrible line at all.
Okay, 72%.
Thank you. I was feeling pretty bad about it for a second there.
Don't feel bad about it. It's probably what it should be. It's know. I just think there's a lot of Gainwell love out there now.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there is.
I was tempted to go under.
Brad said 43%. J-Wall said 50 exactly. Craig said 52%. Miles. Albert saying 51. Swamp said 61. And he said, wait, no, 59. The actual percentage of people that chose Miles Sanders over Kenneth Gainwell, according to this Twitter poll, is 51%. It is 51%. So, Scott, you get 2 points. Josh and JL, you get nothing. And Albert, my man, hitting it right on the dot. Nice job, Albert. So going into our final round, Scott,
I can still win.
This is a bit of a runaway. The other people can win if they get this last poll exactly on the dot.
You still think we rigged this, Scott?
It is your game to lose, Scott. How about that? These guys just can't hit it right on the dot.
I would love to see one of them hit it dead on. That would be a fun end.
Oh man, it would be a fun
end.
But like we're gonna get so much like poll perceptions rigged.
If that happens, then we know it's rigged. 100%.
I've played so much of this game, and I've only done that like one time.
Also,
I really want to hit it spot on.
I feel like you did it twice in the show I did with you, but we didn't go with the answer.
Oh yeah, we went with your answer instead.
That was pretty good. Craig was very close as well with 52%. Didn't want to ignore him just because Albert hit it on.
Can we do a team poll perception soon?
Let's do it. Let's
All
get
right.
one. We wanted to get one with
Team Pickle or Team JL Fish reunite.
I'm fine with that. You guys
When's
are
the
going
poll
down.
perception tournament of champions?
Yes.
A bracket poll perception.
We've been
gotta-
waiting for
gotta
you to
win.
win a game,
Yeah.
Scott, so we can get you in it. As soon as you win, we'll start the pole perception tournament of champions. We need like the face of the tournament, Scott Fish, in there, but you just lost whenever you
Got
came
him.
on. Okay, guys, the last poll. Scott, you're outside. I don't imagine you happen to have pen and paper handy. Oh my gosh, the man came prepared.
I have played this game before.
I have
knew
been
it.
here.
Okay, guys, the last poll. It's a four-way poll. Which of these running backs would you rather roster in Dynasty? Side A, Javonte Williams. Side B, Ezekiel Elliott. Side C, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And side D, J.K. Dobbins. What percentage of people chose Javonte Williams in this poll? And this poll had 1,301 votes and was posted on the 4th. So you guys are coming up with Javonte Williams. What percentage of people you think chose Javonte Williams in this poll?
This is tough.
I'll give you guys 30 seconds to come up with your answers. Let me know when you're done. And
I
then
got
we
it.
will-
Ready to go. I guess
Scott's
I'm ready
done.
to go. Whatever.
Josh
Yep.
is ready.
I guess.
Also, Jay Wall, I'm so sorry. You were also 1 percentage point away on the other side. I forgot you. He said, I said 50, ... I got you, Jay Wall. Nice guess on that one. If you guys are ready, Josh, we're going to start with you since you're in last place. What is your guess for Javonte Williams?
Is everyone ready? Ready
Mhm.
for this? All right.
Yep.
9%.
9%.
Whoa.
Josh. Scott, where are you
Okay.
going for Javonte Williams?
I had
28% for Scott. And JL?
I'm so glad I went with my second choice and not my first choice, which was 28. I'm going to go with 27.
27 is a great number.
27%. So we've got 9%, 27%, and 28%. Josh with 9, JL with 27, Scott with 28. We have some guesses in the chat as well. J-Wall said 28%. Craig said 38. Albert said 25. J-Wall's changing it to 32. Brad said 6.
Yeah, Brad.
He's right there with you, Josh. Albert said 25 and Swamp said 29. The actual percentage of people that chose Javonte Williams in this poll is 52%. 52% of the vote, with over 1,200 votes, went to Javonte Williams, meaning, Scott, you are the champion of poll
Fair enough.
perception
Well
today.
done.
Going up to 19 points, getting that last one. It was an absolute blowout. I am a little bit curious, guys. That poll was shocking to me whenever I clicked on it. I voted not Javonte Williams whenever I voted on said poll. What do you think the reasoning is for him having a majority of the votes in a 4-person poll? Scott, you want to go ahead since you were the closest. You have the most insight here.
Yeah, well, yeah, I have the most insight at guessing the percentage there. No, I actually thought it would be Javonte winning this poll just because people are so down on Elliott and Helaire and JK with the injury. I did not expect it to be that much, but I mean, it's got to be Elliott's amount of years with Pollard and Clyde up until the last 2 weeks, just the way he's been, and JK's injury. It's just got to be all of that stuff factoring in. But 51% is just. That's a lot.
That is
Wow.
really
I expected him to be the
Dynasty
leader
startup
of it.
draft? Is Javonte Williams actually getting drafted ahead of Ezekiel Elliott and Kyle Edwards-Helaire?
Probably
I can't
not.
imagine.
No
No.
way.
Yeah,
No
right?
way. I
don't know,
guess
it's
the
strange
draft
to me.
goes out the window 5 weeks into the season, and recency bias is affecting things and age. But yeah, this one was crazy. Seems like Javonte Williams' value is at an all-time high right now. We'll see if that can continue throughout the season.
He had a sick run against the Ravens. It was awesome.
He did. Maybe that run alone is what inspired the vote. But Scott,
He's talented. He's really good.
Scott, congratulations on your win today. You have now qualified for the Tournament of Champions, and we
Nice.
can finally freaking start it. But Scott, thank you so much for coming on today and playing Pole Perception with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. I now have a Fantasy Feud championship and a Poll Perception championship,
Are you
an
writing?
FF
Are you,
and a PP.
are you writing
So-
down your awards?
Yeah, well, I got to have trophies made, so I need
Of course,
I need to know what to. So I just have to win 3 or 4 more your games before
Yeah,
I'm the
Fantasy
ultimate
Spy.
front yard fantasy champion.
We'll have to
Yep.
bring Guess Who back so you can win a round of Guess Who. So you've won
Okay.
every game that we've played. Guys,
Nice.
before we jump real quick, a question from Jeremy Gonzalez. He wants to know, would you drop Curtis Samuel and grab Brandon Ayuk off of waivers? Scott, what do you think?
Sure.
Man.
I would. I think I would do it.
Yeah, I think I would too, but that's really tough. There's got to be another option. Man, that's such a statement on Ayuk right now.
It really is.
Man.
Yeah, Ayuk is a really high upside bench stash for me. I mean, Curtis Samuel as well, but I would
Not
I think
as high of upside, I think.
I think his upside.
And Curtis, I know it's one game back, but he's still splitting snaps with Diami. So
yeah,
it's one game back.
but 4 targets in his first game is semi promising.
I'm dropping Samuel for Ayuk. I think that's what I'm doing here. But it doesn't. If that's your worst player to drop, I would do it. But I'm hoping there's someone else on your bench that you can drop instead, Jeremy.
Yep.
Also, Jay Wall saying Scott showing out for the Reese's Cup Hate Squad.
Yes.
And Craig saying you will need a special bag to carry all those trophies in.
Reese's peanut butter cups are trash.
Get out of here, Scott.
And trading makes fantasy fun.
There it is,
guys.
Son of a.
We are wrapping up for today. That is it for us. A reminder to everyone watching, we are live every day, Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure to tune in and check us out then. And then on Fridays, you can catch us at 6 p.m. on the FanDuel and YouTube channels playing some more games. Guys, that is it for us today. Anything else before we go?
Trading makes fantasy fun from Josh. All right.
Trading makes fantasy fun. Josh and then Scott under it. Like the Michael Scott, Wayne Gretzky.
Okay, guys, you heard it here first. Trading makes fantasy fun. Josh, Scott Fish, that is it for us today. We will be back tomorrow. And I don't know, man. How can you not love Scott? It's probably the same people who voted on some of these Twitter polls if they're not loving him. But that is it for us today. We will be back tomorrow. We'll see you guys then.
Peace.
Bye-bye.